Alright guys, we are talking about jigs today, primarily football jigs. About this time last year, I mentioned that I wanted to get better fishing jigs. Wanted to make that a little bit higher up on my list of confidence baits. And the football jig has become that bait for me this year. I still throw some flipping jigs and a few finesse jigs, but I feel the most confident with a football jig. And that's because it works great dragging and working through rock. That's stuff I really like to fish, or conditions where I really like to fish a jig. So the football jig has been kind of my weapon of choice. Um, and these are the ones that I use the most here. These Lethal Weapon Drag Queen jigs. It's a 5/8 jig. I just ordered a few more, so you can see what it looks like in the package. But I've got a couple in my jig box here, and I've got one tied on here. These things are pretty cool. They've got kind of a really unique little rattle system. It's a tungsten head, and there's like a little rattle. You can't see it outside because it's all inside the head. It's not like one of those little tubular ones that attaches to it. So it has kind of a unique sound on the bottom. It's got a quality hook on it. The skirt is good, has these little painted eyes. So, it's just kind of a cool jig. I wasn't really familiar with the company. I just saw it on Tackle Warehouse, thought it looked cool, ordered a couple, started catching some fish on it. So I stuck with it. Pretty cool jig. I've been using these net bait pack-a-chunks for the trailers most of the time. These things are really cheap. They work. You can find them just about anywhere. I sometimes use Rage Crawls as well. But it's a nice little combo. Get your football jig and throw your pack-a-chunk on there. You're good to go. I trim this. I trim the weed guard a little bit, and occasionally I'll trim the skirt a little bit. But anyway, I like to drag these things around, drag it along the bottom until I feel something. And if I feel a rock or a piece of cover, I like to kind of hold it in place and twitch it and see if I can get something to bite. I've got these missile jigs, the new Ike's Headbanger. These are 1 ounce. I got a couple of the big ones, so I've got a couple 1 ounce Headbanger jigs. Kind of a unique head shape on there, really cool looking. I haven't got to fish these yet. These are going to be more my deep water jigs. It's also one I got two in the black and blue color. I like black and blue when the water's real murky or when I'm fishing deeper, and I like the green pumpkins, and the PB&J when I'm fishing a little shallower or when the water is just, the visibility is a little better. But these are really cool. Missile Baits is a cool company. I've always liked them. John Cruz is he's a really cool guy. I like him as an angler, and I like his company. And so when he teamed up with Ike to do some stuff, I checked it out. I've got a couple of the mini flip jigs that he came out with first. Got some of those things in here. Let's see. There's a couple right there. A couple of the mini flips in there. Those are pretty cool. Take one out here. Kind of a compact little jig. It's pretty cool. I haven't trimmed the weed guard on that one yet. But yeah, they came out with that Headbanger, and I wanted to check it out. Let's see here. I throw them on this combo right here. Nothing fancy. This is a Shimano Corrado I 721. We're fishing on a 13 Fishing Omen Black, second generation. This is a 7-foot heavy, and then I use braided line. And that's pretty much it. That's my setup. Nothing fancy. I'm not using anything crazy. And it works. So if you're out there looking to get into fishing some jigs, stick with it. Work on your confidence. A year ago when it came to bottom contact baits, I'd fish my Texas rig Cinco. Or, I'd fish a drop shot, even got good with the Ned rig, but I just wasn't that good with jigs. All you gotta do is just stay with it. They will bite it. It's a great bait. I don't fish the jig that differently than I do a Texas rig. I fish it in a lot of the same spots and kind of work the bait pretty similar to it. So it's not hard to do. You know, go out there and give these a try. You know, pick out some that you like. I can vouch for these. The Lethal Weapons are good. You know, the missile jigs are good. The mini flips are good. Like I said, I haven't used a headbanger yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be a winner. It looks really cool. It stands up really well. Check that out. It's I always like a jig that can stand a bait up. So I have I haven't even thrown this thing yet, but I feel like this thing is going to work, and that head should come through the rock and the cover pretty good as well. All right, guys, take it easy. Give these jigs and these net bait packet chunks a try, and go catch you some fish.